Hello, GOTC gamers. So in my last video, it was how to make the quick alts for bubble wrapping, spot sitting, that sort of thing. This video, I'm going to show you how to make the quick alts in order for resources during a build event, because as you see here, we have the Rich Man Shadow build event going on. And then we also have the Red Messenger event there. So there's some different things going on that can give you some rewards. We're not going to really mess too much with the Red Messenger event, because I think here for the most part, well, we did enough points to get a little extra gold if we mess with the dragon a little, but you're going to use a little wood, so we'll try it out. The first thing you always want to do is build your tavern if you're making these for resources. The tavern's good because you get the speed ups. So make sure that before you start building in this thing that you have gone to your settings, gone to invite friends, copied that friend code from your last alt or from your main, and used the friend code to teleport into the kingdom that you want to be in. And I'll do that at the end of this video to show you. So now that we've collected those speed ups, we're going to start upgrading. Our goal is to max the event and to get as much gold as possible so that we can buy resources with this. Then there are different ways we can handle it once we get through all of that. You may also want to go ahead, if these are for resources, and build your port so you can get some port deliveries in. Those always help when you're trying to do this. But initially, I'm just trying to straight go through exactly the steps that it's going to take to get this keep upgraded. You just keep going. If you don't know which buildings to upgrade, you can always click on the keep and it'll tell you what you have to upgrade. To do the next part. And you're just following these steps, round and around we go, getting it upgraded. Usually you can't max out the build event until you've hit upgrade to a level 7. It doesn't have to upgrade all the way to a level 7. You'll start having to go to the Tyrion's rewards down here to get more speed ups and things like that to finish it out. But you definitely want to max the event, because usually the very last tier of the build event has another gold reward, and you're going to want to claim that gold reward. Most definitely. And you see I'm just going round and round. Some people will say, don't use your speed ups for the keep. I push that and I just go and go and go because you might run a little low at some point on the speed ups, but it's usually not a very big lag. And it's not a huge deal. But I like to, once I push this keep to a 5, I like to go ahead and go in, collect all Tyrion's rewards and things so that I have all those additional speed ups. But there, push this to a 5. And we start to run. Well, we're not too low on speed ups yet, so you can just keep going for a minute. Sometimes it'll vary event to event and things like that. And then you see you need your wall and your smithy, but of course it's not that easy. You'll go here and you'll start upgrading, and then it'll say here that to do this that you'll need the barracks to be at least the 3. So then you have to go down here to your war camp. In order to upgrade your barracks, the war camp has to be upgraded. War camps or barracks. Just think of it that way. So we got that all the way to a 5. Now I can push this to a 5. Now we can finish up our smithy to a 5. So those rewards are still coming in from the build event. It's better when it's you get to make more resources if this is combined with like research events and things like that. As you'll see, these are prompting that we have to go over here and build our training yard so that we can build our workshop, so that we can build our wall. And anytime during this is when we will probably run out of our speed ups from the tavern. But that's okay, Tyrion's got more for us. And now we can do the workshop so that we can do the wall. I don't know why this always jumps sometimes when I tell it to upgrade things. It jumps around a little. Alright, now our speed ups are gone. So we're just going to click Mr. Tyrion down here. And he's going to walk us through this little prompt, which unfortunately when you're doing the resource alts will happen every time. So you start to get sick and tired of Tyrion. But you just go down here and just collect all of these. And one thing that's neat too is you never have to pop resource boxes while you're making these for the actual build itself. You'll always have it. Just keep on a clicking. So it looks like we pretty much claimed all those that we could for now. We're ahead of the game, so I was going to keep displaying those for a while. You'll just continue clicking this over and over and over, and you see we're getting speed ups from collecting these chests. Lots and lots of speed ups. And there we go. Now those are done. You see there are other ones that you can do down here to get more if you need more. When it goes to here, you can get 200 more gold by just doing this, finding somebody that's silly and unlocked, hitting join. Then Littlefinger will come back. And then after you get your 200 gold, you can just leave that liege. So they don't know the coordinates for your resource alt when you finish it. We don't want random people knowing where these are. You can see you gained quite a few speed ups, which lets us go ahead and push on. And you can also go in here to the menu and collect this 3,000 prestige. Again, those higher house levels sometimes gives you more stuff. And now you can see we're ready to upgrade this. And now we're to a 6. Let's check our build event. It's not completed yet. As you can see, we can still go up to a 25 on this build event to max out the rewards. And you'll see that pretty much every time we go up another tier, we're going to get more gold. And we'll spend all this gold for our targeted resource when we're done. Now that we're at 6, the rookery is the next thing that's going to be all the way up to a 6. I correlate War camps are barracks, and the rookery is range. And the range is the sawmill, so you have to get the sawmill up. That gold just pouring in for us. So once we get our sawmill here to a 6, now we can do our range to a 6, and then our rookery to a 6. People have different strategies when they work on these. Like I said, when there's a research event that's concurrent with this, you can go ahead and do like a quick military tree, logistics, economy, 5-minute research once you've collected those Tyrion's rewards and got those speed ups. Or if you don't care about collecting, Tyrion rewards for doing those researches, you can just build your dragon pit and then go straight into the tower and do just tell it to start the first dragon nurturing, and it will max out the research for this level. Okay, so now we got the rookery there, and now we're going to have our wall. So for our wall, we need our storehouse up to a 6. And we're going to run out of speed ups while we're doing this, and we're going to have to go back and visit our dear friend Tyrion. And as you see, there's no more speed ups, and we're not going to use that gold. Go here. I'm going to go ahead and collect all these. And this also consistently keeps you in enough resources to continue the upgrades without unboxing anything you have. Then we're going to collect everything that Tyrion's got here. All right. So now we can finish speeding up our storehouse to a 6. And now you can see that our wall. We can do our wall now. And my game froze, which happens a lot when you're rapid firing through these. So I'll just go back to the app cloner that I'm using. Pull the game back up again. Then, building these back to back to back, rapid firing, all of these upgrades does tend to freak out your phone just a little bit. But that's okay. We press on, right? Give the game a second. Okay, now back to here and back to speed up. And as you can see, now we've gotten that wall to a 6, quick and dirty. And all you have to do to max the event is start the upgrade for the 7. Because now that we started that upgrade, we hit that last tier in the event, and our build event is maxed. So if you did all that, you should be sitting on at least 3,400 gold. You see this event's complete. There's no point in building anymore. For the red messenger, as you see, that upgrading the dragon to a level 2 is 110 points. So that would get us, if we bothered with it, 300 more gold. So it's not really that worth it, but I'll show you. We'll build our dragon pit real quick. Then our dragon comes into play. A lot of times, like I said, it isn't worth it on here to do this because it's burning your wood that's up there. But if you just want to see how far different amounts of wood will take you with each thing, we can probably do that, although it's 25,000 less wood that we're going to have to gather for ourselves. I don't think we're going to get there with the feeds that we have, but we might get enough points. Let's see what happens. And we'll just go ahead and train them with the points that we got there. And I used all of them. And we just, see, look at that. We got some more gold. Yay. So now we've got 4,100 gold. It jumped us all the way up here on the Red Messenger event. So it did work. We got some more gold. So then after you do that, you can go in here and get these, because sometimes the prestige will bump house levels and give you a little more resources. Check your game notices. Sometimes if there's something that happened, there will be a game notice that has additional rewards. This time it doesn't. You can go in here and finish collecting any Tyrion rewards from the things that you just did. If you want to invest extra time in it, you can go through and research these things and do that and collect some more Tyrion's rewards. In the end, it's kind of minuscule as to the additional benefit versus the time it takes to do that. So that's going to be a total individual choice on if you want to mess with it or not. See, that was enough to give us 35,000 more food and wood. It's only bricks. You collect your port rewards, whatever they're doing in there. Check your recipes. See if there's anything you can do. Most likely not. Sometimes some of the events there are things you could do. Okay, some people will say do this, do that, do all these minuscule, like I said, Tyrion things here. I don't mess with it. It takes too long. I just go in here and I pop all my resource boxes. My keep will decimate the 100 troops that auto-populate every time you refresh this game and start a new one. It's going to give you 100 T1 infantry troops. You can go in and dismiss those in the stable if you'd like. Like I said, I generally don't mess with it. But what I do is when I first start making these, I replace this 5-day bubble with an 8-hour. Because later I'll keep making alts through the day, keep making them, and then I'll start replacing them with 2 hours when it is 6 hours from now. And that way, all the alts will drop back to back to back to back on their bubbles. We will hide these in a really good place. You want to find a really quiet place in the kingdom. You want to go in the store here. And whatever you're aiming for, I have 2.8 million food already just from the way it sits. Your troops and your main will eat food, so unless you plan on using that food immediately, then I would aim this. You can aim it at any resource that you're lacking. I like to use wood a lot on here because you can see I can get 2.5 more million wood. And then I can get 300,000 more that way. And then we're down to 5 gold, which won't do anything. And don't forget to go to your My Items. Pop the boxes, because we won't be binding these. And now we've got 5.3 million wood, 2.8 million food in just a few minutes. And then you just go somewhere on the kingdom map. You find a real quiet place. You plant yourself there. You wrap yourself in these alts. And when the alt bubbles start to go down, you can attack them, or you can always, if you're already unbubbled, you're sitting there unbubbled, you just want to harvest the alt as you make it, that's fine too. Just find your main that's unbubbled sitting there, and then you just send a scout out at your main from this one. It'll pop its bubble if you want to do it that way. So anyway, that's all there is to it. And now we've made, 8 million resources in just a few minutes. So I hope that helps as far as building these alts for resources.